Hey, boys and girls. I am so excited about writing today. We have been writing all kinds of information books, teaching books, all about books, all about topics that we know a lot about. And I know that you are experts in so many things. But guess what? This week we start back into our stories, true stories, things that happen to us. We often share news together every day about things that we did, things that happened to us. And so many things are happening to us every day, even if we don't think they're big things, like going outside and blowing bubbles or drawing on chalk on the sidewalk. We do things every day. So we have lots of stories to tell others. Well, today we're going to go back to our writing true stories. And I thought it would be a really good idea to get back out the chart that we did a long time ago to remember what good true stories have in them. Okay? But before we do that, I want us to make sure that we have some things to work with. We're not writing in our all about books anymore, so we're going to have to put those to the side, and we're starting brand new today. So you're going to need paper. Some of you have been using blank paper or notebook paper. Some of you have been folding your paper to make little booklets. And someone gave me the idea the other day that you could make your own paper. Now, I put paper on our resource folder so your parents can print it out if they would like to, but that's not necessary. You don't have to do that. You can just get this paper, and if you want it to look like the paper at school, you could just draw a big box by getting a big line. Let me get a better pen. And I could draw a big box where I know my picture goes, and I could draw my lines, leaving space. And I could make my own paper. See? Okay, but today I've decided that I'm going to just use a booklet like this to write my story. Okay? Okay, so let's go back over and remember what good stories have. Okay? So when we're telling a story, a good story, people usually think about something that happened or something you did. Okay? Something that happened to you or something that you did. Once you think about something you did or something that happened to you, then you get to practice telling the story. And we know that good storytellers practice telling the story before they get started on paper. They want to know how it's going to sound. So you can pretend by getting your blank paper and telling people how it will go before you even draw. And then we know that we draw out the pictures and words to tell who and where and what happened in the story. And the best stories we know have speech bubbles. Okay, so we're going to kind of go through this today, and I'm going to show you how to do it because we're just starting out again, and it's a little new to us, even though we did it a long time ago. So right now, I'm going to think of a story. Let's see, something that I did, something that happened to me. Oh, I know. This just happened today. So today was my husband's birthday, so I got up really early before anybody else, and I got all the stuff ready. I had to run out to my car and the garage and get all the presents and the decorations that we got. And we hid it, and I brought it inside and I set it up, and I had to go wake up everybody, and they came down, and everybody had hats, and we set up the cake, and it was early, and we had donuts, and we made it look all like a party. So when he came into the kitchen, we said, "Surprise! Happy birthday!" And we blew our little surprise blowers, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, thank you! Oh no!" And we said, "Happy birthday!" So that just happened. So I could totally write about getting ready for the birthday party, because it really wasn't a birthday party, just getting ready for a surprise. And so you already made me think of what I want to do. I've already thought of the story. So this morning I had to get the party ready for Daniel, And when I got the party ready, I kind of told you how I told you the story, and I told who and where. So let's see. Early this morning, I snuck out of bed and went to the garage. I opened up the car and got all the bags of decorations and party supplies. And I went into the kitchen and I decorated it before anybody was awake. And then I got the girls up and they came downstairs and we all got on our party hats. And finally, Mr. Daniel walked into the kitchen and we said, surprise! So there's a lot of other things that happen in between, but you see how I practiced and I thought about who was in the story and I thought about where I was when I was telling it and what happened. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this today, and I'm going to go ahead and write the title. I already know I want it to be the big surprise. Or what if I say the early surprise, because it was early. I'm going to write the early surprise. Okay, the early surprise. Okay, early surprise. And I'm going to do a present so we know it's about my birthday. By Ms. Watkins. Okay, so what I need to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to think about what pictures I want on the pages, okay? The early surprise is going to start out me getting out of the bed really early, and it was even dark outside. And you're going to see me sneaking. And then I'm going to draw me going into the garage and open the car door and getting out the gifts and the decorations. And then on this page, you're going to see me in the kitchen. And I'm going to be decorating, and I'm going to talk about how I got things set up. And I told the girls to come downstairs, and we were all sitting at the table, ready to go with our hats on, and I'm going to draw all of the decorations up there. And we were waiting, and finally we heard footsteps, and then we yelled, surprise! And I might even take that across both pages, because that's how loud we were. We were so loud, we probably woke up the whole neighborhood. Surprise! And then this one, I'm going to draw his face looking all surprised, and us smiling, and singing happy birthday. And then on this one, we were eating the birthday donuts. So do you see how I thought about how my story was going to go by just thinking about what happened and planning through? So now I have a lot of work to do tonight. I'm going to go ahead and draw those pictures of the story and try to add my words. And so today, what I need you to do is think about a story, something that happened to you, something that you did. Okay? Think about that. How would it sound as a story? It might be one morning or one night. It might be one day I was getting ready to go to my grandma's. It might be one afternoon we went on a bike ride. However your story is going to go, I want you to think about who, where, and what. Do you think you can do this today? Okay, so you got your paper ready. You got, or your paper or your booklet, or you might need to make your paper today, but you have your pen so we can see it, and you're going to go think about your story and write, and I cannot wait to hear what your stories are. Are you ready? Okay, off you go.